how do we improve our PI planning? Can we have better tool than Miro, Figma, where we can manage features, stories well, and also can see dependencies on a more real-time basis? Now, here I am sharing one tool which we are going to use in our safe classes, and it will help you in understanding first what is PI planning meeting, and also it gives you an idea how you can design a tool which can speed up your PI planning process. So as you enroll to our SAFE class, you will get an access to our portal safe.eisenbridge.com, and here you will find details like pre-video learning and other learning material. So that's there. Now let's focus on the simulation. Now here what I'm saying is we have a wiki pages for a particular workspace, and where we talk about what is our solution vision, what is our architectural guidelines. So each page is like an HTML page where we can give details related to our product. Yeah, so that something is a starting point. Now I need to set up a workspace and the team. This thing you don't have to use it yourself, but you should have an awareness. Yeah. So in the admin section, I have a section which focuses on setting up a workspace. So I create a workspace. Workspace, you can consider it like a portfolio in SAFe. It is the collection of multiple agile release trains. And as an administrator, I get into the details of the workspace, and then I can create a train. Yeah, so I create a release train. And what is the meaning of release train? I define the teams in the release train, the details of them. And then I also create the PIs inside the release train. I defined a new PI. I give a start date and date to the PI, define how many weeks the PI will run. So we should have a readiness for that. And then I also focus on assigning roles. Yeah. So I talk about who is going to play a release train engineer role, who is going to play a team member role, and we can have multiple agile teams, and different individuals who are logged in user will have different roles. And the system will behave as per the roles. For example, if you are a product management release train engineer, you will be having access at a train level. But if you are a team member or a product owner, scrum master, then you will have access at a team level. I have not yet differentiated between scrum master, product owner, and team. I'm just keeping the rights management at a train level and the team level. So when you come to the class, I will assign you appropriate roles, and then you will be able to start understanding the whole process of the PI planning meeting. Now, in general, we use wikis where we are expected to communicate about a document's vision content, which is at a workspace level. Yeah. So in a given workspace, you can have roadmaps, you can have architectural guidelines, any artifact which can help you in understanding what is going on in my portfolio, in my workspace. So here one can put those wikis. Just to give you a simulation, I'm not saying you have to use in your company. And then we focus on understanding the PI. So I have created the PI, yeah, from the admin space. But as a user, you can understand what is this PI, what all iterations it has, when it is going to start, what all the 2 weeks iteration it will run, when the innovation and planning iteration is. So you can have a little quick view of that. Okay, these are the iterations in the PI. And you can also see what are the features if already assigned in a given PI. Yeah. So we have a PI, and PI has assigned features if updated there. So we start with creation of a PI. Then not necessary to wait for PI. We can directly go for Agile Release Train Backlog as well. Now, Agile Release Train Backlog can contain features. So you can add features by clicking the item here. You can define enabler or feature. The feature could be at a draft level. You can give a short description and the details. So it gives you an understanding that how, as a product manager or working with a system architect, I will manage the train level ART backlog items. So here I have created those ART backlog items which are assigned to this PI. And once the creation is done, then I can do assignment of this ART backlog to a given PI. Yeah. So we understand that there is a train. Train is going to run in a PI to PI. Now train is going to pull items from ART backlog. Now we need to map that for this particular PI, for this particular train, what are the items which we are assigning. Now we understand that ART backlog is for one train only. Yeah. So we need to just focus on assignment of PI and team. Yeah. So we are saying this is our ART backlog, not necessarily coming into the upcoming PI, because one backlog can come in the next PI also. And we also need to assign which particular team is going to work on it. So this is something happens before the PI planning meeting. Before the PI planning meeting, the release train engineer expected to set up the PI structure. Before the PI planning meeting, product management should make sure that we have a clarity about vision, roadmaps, and other artifact. And product management should ensure that we have sufficiently understood ready ART backlog items. The ART backlog items could be features and could be enablers as well. Now I can assign these items to the team. I can say, okay, this team is going to the alpha team. Now from where the team is coming, because I set up the things, I can also assign the another item to another team. Yeah, so we have created 7, 8 teams here. And that way, again, here I am just doing it, but you can see this is how it can get assigned. Yeah. So I do the assignment of the ART backlog items. Could be features and could be enablers as well. So this is a product management work. Now we focus on team backlog, yeah, or a team planning backlog. So think of it can be done before PI planning meeting also as a preparation for PI planning meeting, or it can be done inside the PI planning meeting also. Yeah, but it should be done in order to come to the structure of what we are doing in a given PI. So here I go to a team backlog. And in a given team backlog, now rights are managed. You should be able to see only your team's backlog in the edit mode. Other teams backlog will come in a view mode. Right now, I'm an administrator. I can see everything. But in the simulation, you will see for other teams, you will be only able to view it. But for yourself, you will be able to create and edit as well. Now, as you go to your team planning board, you see the feature which is assigned to you from the ART backlog. So you directly see it here. And then you need to create your stories and other things. Yeah, if you have already have created a story, you can identify the parent to it, or you can have a story without parent also. You can create the stories. Now I understand this can take time in a simulation. So what I have done is I have also done an AI integration here. So on a click of a button, now if you want to use AI integration, I need to do some setup. Yeah, in general, I will create it for you in the classroom setup. On a click of a button, I can create some stories and enabler for this particular feature. So I will also explain that in the AI style that, how can we achieve this? But in our tool, we have this story creation also happening. So I created stories, yeah, on a click of a button, and these stories are put into draft mode, which means they are required refinement. But for our PI planning, they can remain in a draft mode. So I give stories and enablers. You have a proper definition of the stories. You can edit it if you want. From an AI generator, you can see the story type and draft and some acceptance criteria which are created from the AI generation. Now, after doing it, you need to do estimation. Yeah, so you need to do estimation of each and every story. Now you can play planning poker and discuss all about it. For a simulation purpose and also in a real life purpose, I can use AI to estimate it. Yeah. So in this particular case, I am also teaching that how do you do that. So I put a click button and says, let AI estimate this particular work. Yeah. So we created our stories. Now I am estimating those stories using AI. And I also AI to provide a justification in case my team wants to argue about the justification. And then I say, team, now why don't you discuss it and find out where you agree, disagree, and you can change it whenever you want. You can do a change in the story as well. The test story, the AI put a one pointer because AI got confused. He says, I am thinking let it be one pointer only. So I can have a manual stories. I can have AI generated stories, and which is something can help me in moving forward. Yeah. Now, if I want from a simulation purpose, I can let the user delete the stories and content as well. But this is something I do. So where we are. So we as a team, one team now, we have understood our ART backlog item. We have understood the created the stories out of it. We have done an estimation of those stories as well. Now in the class, we want multiple teams doing it. Yeah, so we expect the other team. Right now, this team has no stories. I can quickly click and say, create some stories for this team as well. So you are not just focusing on one team, and it gives me some stories. And I can also say, let's do an estimation for these stories as well so that we move forward. I'm just doing it so that we can have multiple teams view coming in. Yeah. So let me do one more and then we move to the planning of these things. Yeah. So I'm just getting into the planning mode afterwards, which is the most critical part of this simulation and learning. So the whole idea is not just limited to the Miro boards, but you get a little more deeper perspective of how to simulate, visualize the PI planning meeting. So I created three teams, team backlog here. Now I go into team planning space, which is the space. Now here, what we have is we have a given team, and these are the stories enablers which are assigned to the team. Yeah, from the previous step, you have created user stories out of it. If you have multiple features, I give a filter also because sometimes you have more than one feature working in. And then you need to estimate capacity. Yeah, you need to estimate the capacity for a given team, and after estimating the capacity, you need to start allocating these stories here. Now you can do drag and drop also, yeah, but it sometimes becomes confusing. So you can use drop down here, and as you are dropping, the stories points are getting added. You can see that. And I can say, okay, these are the stories I am finishing and I am just adding. Here I'm just doing randomly, but you can have a little more sophisticated conversation so that you can find out where we are heading. Now, I also show how many story point work is remaining in your backlog so that you are you can make the judgment how much and where the stories probably will move. Yeah, so that we can probably finish them little on time. So I can say that, okay, this is how I am moving these stories. And if I cross the load, I also give you a red indicator. So I cross the capacity. So I show you capacity versus load also. This is something, another thing which we need to learn when we are learning the SAFe or a PI planning process. So I assign them, yeah, and hopefully, yeah, in this particular case, I am going to iteration 4. Yeah. So I am going to iteration 4 because nothing is getting developed till iteration 3. So I need to balance it. Yeah, again, there could be a little bit deviation here and there, but I have to move till iteration 4. Yeah, so that's something I can see is happening here. Yeah, so I can put it little balancing act and I say, okay, this is how I'm doing. I can see all my four iterations, and I can see these things as well. Now, dependency, which is another confusing thing we end up exploring. So I have created a special section for dependency where you can identify which story of yours has a dependency. Yeah. So for example, I can say that I am doing something in the, say, third iteration, search performance optimization, for example, and for that I need a dependency. Yeah. So I can say, okay, this is something I have to create, search performance optimization. Okay. And this is happening in iteration 3. Okay. Now, in which team you want to put dependency on? So I'm saying I'm asking team B to take care of it, gamma team to take care of it. And I can also say I need API for predictive something. Yeah. Or something like this. So I create that. Now what it does is it create a request. Yeah, so I says, it gives me idea that we need this from a gamma team. Now, ideally, when we go to the gamma team, yeah, here, yeah, since I am an admin, I can go there. If I go to a gamma team, I will see this thing is coming as a request. It is saying this is a request is with us. We have to resolve it. Yeah, as of now, we have not resolved it. Now, Gamma team is doing their own planning. Yeah, so say they are planning things in the iteration 1, iteration 2, because they are also have to do few things. Yeah, and I am saying that yeah, we are doing it. Now, this is something is expected to be done by third iteration, assuming I will do it as a part of PCI one enabler, or I can add another item also here, which will take care of this dependency. So I'm saying this PCI compliance review or security audit, for example, security audit will take care of this dependency also. I can say, okay, we will resolve it with the help of our security audit. Now it will already say that we will resolve it in iteration 1. And I says, okay, this is accepted. It is closed now. Yeah. So this status is updated now. Now, since I'm here, let me finish the Gamma team work. Yeah, I can say, okay, we can assign some items here, and we can probably finish the this time. I think I can finish the feature in 2 iterations. Okay, I'm already overshooting iteration 1, I can go to iteration 2, and I'm saying, yeah, this is how iteration 2, and probably I will push it for iteration 2. I just want to finish it in a second iteration. Yeah, so I'm finishing this till second iteration, and I have given a dependency for a first iteration. So what I have done, I have planned my two teams. Yeah, one team is still pending. I can just go and say beta team. Again, this one is having 68 story points. I think I skip it for a while and I move forward. So now each team will do such kind of planning. Now dynamically, we are preparing ART planning board. Yeah. So we are showing you, yeah, here as we did a plan. Yeah, if I did a planning here, you go here. So say alpha team, I can also see a summary of my plan. And summary of plan shows that I have a feature which is going to finish in iteration 4. I can add PI objectives. I can add risks and delays, risks and other things. Yeah, that's something traditional you do typically while doing a PI planning or draft PI planning preparation. So we can put this information. And actually using this data, I am already preparing dynamic ART planning board. Yeah. So as we keep filling, so we are showing a blue color sticky in the section where this feature is getting completed. So here you can see it. And then you also see how a dependency is going to take care of this particular feature. We can also add a milestone. For example, I want to add a milestone here and say that we want to make a release 1.1. And then I can say that, okay, this is happening. Maybe I just give a code as a M1, and I can say this is a release 1.1. Yeah, this is something I can prepare. And then I can say this is it. But I probably want to see, okay, I have already done feature 1 and feature 3. Probably I want to say that this is something I want to include. So I want to include feature 1 and feature 3, where it is. So feature 1 and feature 3, I want to say that these two can lead to this particular milestone. So I can show this view as well. And this is like a ART planning board which is emerging. Sometimes all these lines becomes confusing. I can hide them and I can only see them when I scroll or say hover to that particular link. So that's a small interface. Any card I want to know, I can click on the card. It can give me details. This dependency is how it is happening, and this can help you in preparing your PIE planning. Now we can add the roaming of the risk and summarization of PI objective also, but those part are definitely a future roadmap. But I believe the core understanding of PI planning will be good if we can understand the PI planning board well. Yeah, we can understand how a team is expected to prepare the board. We understand the dependencies and connection of dependency between one team and another team. And then we see how the ART planning board starts emerging, and then we make it better by doing management review and problem solving. Yes, there could be some dependencies which are not yet resolved. We need to talk and ultimately use the tool to resolve these things. What I like about this particular tool, though I have prepared it, is the view of a dependency, because many a time people were remaining confused that where we going to discuss dependency. Here we are saying as soon as you raise it, it is already going to another team, and another team working on the board, they will see, oh, this dependency is popping up, this dependency is popping up, and we will say, guys, don't put all these dependency on us, we will not be able to do it. Yeah, so we can have online conversation or real-time conversation rather than waiting for some meetings to happen at a later stage. So you can prepare tool like this for your own company, and we will use this tool for our safe classes.